If all council members can please take their seats so we can get the meeting started. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Griffin.
Here.
Bishop. Conwell. Gray. Hairston. Harsh. House Jones. Jones. Casey. Kelly. Moorer. McCormack. Palencic. Santana. Slythe. Spencer. Starr.
Thank you. Would everyone please rise for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll make the following statement. This meeting of Cleveland City Council is a lawful meeting under Section 605.04 of the Codified Ordinances. No person with purpose to prevent or disrupt a lawful meeting shall do any act which obstructs or interferes with the due conduct of such meeting. Members of the public are invited to speak only under the rules set by this council. Disruptions, including but not limited to speaking out of turn and making loud noises and loud utterances, are in violation of the rules and interfere with the due conduct of this lawful meeting. Such disruptions may constitute a misdemeanor and a violation of Section 605.04. Anyone who disrupts this lawful meeting in violation of the codified ordinances commits misdemeanors and is subject to prosecution. The following is the first and only warning. If this meeting is disrupted, I will gavel a halt to the proceedings and direct the assembled officers to escort any person participating in the disruption out of the chamber. Once persons participating in the disruption are outside of the chambers, the officers will close the doors, and the disruptors will be handled as directed by the Director of Public Safety. The council proceedings will not begin again until those that participated in the disruption have left the chamber and the chamber doors are closed. Disruptors will not be allowed back in the chamber after the meeting resumes. Again, this is the first and only warning. Madam Clerk, please dispense with the journal.
By Councilmember Harsh, that the reading of the minutes of the last meeting be dispensed with the journal approved. Seconded by Councilmember House Jones.
We'll now move to the public comment portion of Cleveland City Council. Once again, please adhere to your time. The speakers the last few weeks have been going over. I am going to cut you off directly at 3 minutes. So please keep that in mind. The yellow light tells you when you have to wrap it up. The red light is when you have to abruptly end. First, we have Apostolate Pinckney, Reverend Pamela Pinckney from Cleveland, to talk about community development and education enrichment. She is representing Pinckney Butts USA and being paid by no one to comment. Reverend Pinckney Butts.
Good evening, Council President Griffin and Mayor Bibb. I would like to see you after the meeting for about 5 minutes, please, if I may, for a matter that I don't want on camera, please. On February 22nd, 2018, Cuyahoga County Council did not allocate funding for community development to any non-white mayors in the county in Resolution 2018-32, which was granted to all white mayors in the county. The city of Cleveland was denied this funding. So was East Cleveland, Warrensville Heights, and the city of Maple Heights, all of which have black mayors and had them at this time. When a black person becomes a leader in any capacity to develop communities, the funding is blocked, denied, and disappears. Arrests and murders increase against black, brown, multiracial, and indigenous people in this country, in this city, this state, and in this county. The rainy day funds have been denied to the people of color in the city of Cleveland and other places, the black, brown, multiracial, and indigenous people in leadership. East Cleveland is only one of the places which also has no grocery store and other major community necessities. Every black mayor gets attacked in East Cleveland. I have witnessed Forest City build housing for wealthy white people with a homeless black man laying over a manhole as if he is just a piece of rubbish on the street downtown here. Community development, please, Council President and Mayor, make these people accountable and have them explain to us why Shaker Square and our City Hall chambers that we are in today, right now, look like a war zone and have been declared one. These are only some of the examples of concern. So what communities are being developed? Who are they being developed for? We have doors broken down on the front door downstairs. As for educational empowerment, I have seen no legislation implemented to empower people for education. I see and hear about sports and entertainment. We are not here as people of color to entertain white people, racist white people. We are here to make decisions too. We are the people who make up this city. We are not jokers in a courtyard while slaves are sold on public square and private land is sold to, our land is sold to private wealthy racist white people. We all know that the school system is the pipeline to prison. It is time to turn the page, put prayer and power back into our schools in the name of Jesus Christ for we people of color. And I would like to speak to you, Council President and Mayor Bibb, after this meeting for something that came up today. Thank you. And I have a copy of this for the clerk and for you. And Mayor Bibb, I have a copy of this for you and the clerk.
We have Fauzi Badur from Ward 11 to talk about Crudale Community Park. He's not representing anyone and not being paid by anyone. Fauzi.
Good evening. Thank you, President, Council President. Thank you all for allowing me to, for the fourth time, to address you. 2 days ago, we celebrated the birthday of Frank Crudale, and in our own way, he's now 180 years old. 72 of this, he lived here, and 108, his soul is with God. We know he's with God because he was genius, courageous, and a human being. Our gift to him, our gift to his soul, was that we will never, ever, ever give up the fight for what he left for us. His park, he left his park for all generations to come, and we promised him that we will keep fighting until that park is safe. The promise that the city of Cleveland gave to him in 1906, when he transferred the first deed, that his gift will be safe forever, and then through his will. Now I just don't understand why it takes so long to solve this problem. I mean, in 1954, I said that to you before. In 1954, when the city of Cleveland wanted to build a fire station in the park and the community opposed, Mayor Anthony Calabrese said, we can't relocate the community, we can't relocate the fire station, and they did. They found a place on West 99th and Madison, right outside the park. I have faith in you. When you passed that land swap resolution, you didn't know it was a park. They presented it to you as surplus properties. And we know now, you know now it was wrong. I'm not asking you, on behalf of the community, to take back that resolution. Just, we have solutions. We have solutions, and just have him talk, have open talk with us. We have solution, good solution, right solutions. And for Mayor Bibb, I knew him when he was 18, 19 years old, when he used to come to our ward clubs, and we talked, and I thought he is the bright future of this city, and maybe beyond. Come on, Mayor Bibb, we expect you to make a decision to preserve the climate that you're proud to be the climate mayor.
Mr. Fauzi.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Kareem Hinton. Kareem Hinton is from Ward 14. Kareem is here to talk about the Brown Stadium. He is not representing anyone and not being paid by anyone. Mr. Hinton has the floor.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Bet you're glad to see me instead of the big crowd that you've been used to having for a while. Now you love me. But anyway, well, I'm starting off talking about the Brown Stadium. The reason I'm bringing up the Brown Stadium is because it kind of seems like that is probably the most important piece of land that I think City Council is currently focusing on. So now that I have your attention, I would like to ask that you understand that the real estate that has my attention and the attention of many in this city is that of vacant plots or vacant lots within the city. When the city has the lots, the surrounding property owners are robbed of their labor as they maintain that property. When the city has the lots, Cleveland City landscapers may come and cut the grass, but they also cut the trash, and they also make mud pits of the property, leaving a mess in the street and sidewalks for us residents, us property owners, to have to clean up or not clean up. And I know that that is a lot of wasted money, because I know when people have not cut their grass and Cleveland comes out and cuts it, I know of the exorbitant price that they're charged. So every time these landscapers come out that work for the city, cutting land that the city's just holding on to, I think that's a problem. When you lease the lots, to many of us, we have vested a lot of time and money into those lots. We will have planted things, we will have done a lot of things to those pieces of property just for you to be able to take it whenever you want, after we've put so much labor and love into that plot. Lots are great for green spaces, carbon offset, making food for our community, and beautification. Beautiful lots inspire beautiful residences around it. Beautiful residences inspire beautiful neighborhood blocks. So now I ask you, with this in mind that I'm talking about, what is the process, or rather, why is the process so hard and discouraging when we're trying to get those lots so that we could do some beautiful things in our neighborhood? I'm trying to understand if we can have a talk about this, about seeing how we can make this better. Because I, for one, have an issue with the lot that I watch that people park in, people they kick up mud in, as well as not just residents or people in the neighborhood, but city employees as they come and cut the grass. And they leave a mess for me to come clean up. But I think about the people who cut those lots, and you guys
Thanks, Mr. Hinton.
take those lots from them, and they've been beautifying it for so long.
Thanks, Mr. Hinton. Thank you. Next, we have Selena Vicario from Ward 15 to talk about Crudell Commons Park, CMSD land dispute. She is not representing anyone and not being paid by anyone.
Is there a way to make this shorter? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. If we had a medicine that had as many benefits as parks, we would all be taking it. APHA member Howard Frumkin, Senior Vice President of Trust for Public Land, said that in a report. Parks deliver cardiovascular benefits, fight loneliness, combat osteoporosis, counter stress and anxiety, and more. And they do those things without adverse side effects and at minimal cost. In 2018, analysis from the Land Trust found that residents within a 10-mile walk of parks were in better physical health and have less stress than people living farther away. Public green space is an asset that needs to be jealously guarded. We can't commodify every public space available to us, or no public spaces will be available at all anymore. And it's not even considering sustainability. That's just ineffective, short-sighted city planning and leadership. Supporters of this project say that we care about the trees only and not about the education system or the safety of children, which is completely false. Cleveland Metropolitan School District allowed their buildings to deteriorate into a state of disrepair. They misappropriated funds which should have been used to repair schools and maintain a healthy and safe learning environment. However, CMSD accepted an unethical land swap deal for the Watterson Lake property and thought no one would notice the destruction of the park. The community has been given the illusion of choice on so many matters. Those in positions of power decide what's going to happen, and they don't allow us to have any say in the matter. What they do instead is allow us to make very trivial decisions about the plans that they have already instituted. It's bogus, it's not representation, it's not city planning. Community building is so much more than that. Our current institutions have completely removed any focus on community building and replaced community building with commercial development and overdevelopment of community-oriented urban areas and public green space. Forgive me if I'm trembling, but I was always taught to be nice, and there's no nice way to say shame on you. You as City Council keep approving projects that are removing resources from the community, not replenishing them, and not even pretending like you're going to. A public park is a resource, and for it to be reappropriated for less public use, that needs to be redressed. Why aren't you committing to finding creative administrative solutions to the actual problem? Where a constant conversation is about population density. We don't need to increase population density. We need to increase resources and services provided to the community and residents that are already here. We need stricter building regulations for developers, and there needs to be more public oversight. Parks provide platform to bolster social connections through both structural group activities and informal encounters. Social connections improve health, and people who are lonely are more likely to get sick and die younger. Parks improve urban environments and help protect residents from growing threat of climate disasters, heat waves, severe
Time.
flooding. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Chairman Fahim from Buckeye Woodland, topic back home. He's representing New Era Cleveland and not being paid by anyone.
How y'all doing? Good, good. For the second week in a row, I noticed that Councilwoman Deborah Gray is not present during public comment. And so my question is, how long are we going to continue to allow leaders to duck accountability, right? This public comment sector was created to hold these leaders accountable and for us to be able to voice our opinions and be heard, right? So if people are not present, how are our concerns being heard, especially in regards to their communities in particular, right? I'm a firm believer that you judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. So I brought some of my kids down here, like y'all been seeing me for the last few weeks. They're going to get up and make public comment. They're going to get up and advocate for the youth. They're going to get up and tell you all exactly what they need to see happen in their communities, right, from them. Because oftentimes, when we're talking about addressing youth violence, the youth are not present. Their concerns are not heard. And again, for the second time, I'm extending the invitation to the council members, Councilman Polenzek, Richard Starr, Rebecca Mara, Joe Jones, Mr. Harrison, Stephanie House, I forgot your last name, but and Mayor Bibb included. I'm extending the invitation for you all to come participate in our program at the Juvenile Detention Center. I saw Mayor Bibbs, that you went to go visit with Lazy Bone, Crazy Bone, I don't know which Bone Thug it was, but I saw that you was at the detention center doing this program. That was cute. But I'm extending an invitation for you to come talk to these same kids, right? We've all seen an uptick in violent crime in the last 30 days. And I forewarned you all weeks ago, it is going to get worse. This is just the preseason. We have not seen anything yet. And if you don't believe me, let's revisit this conversation in August and September. Let's see where we are in regards to homicides involving juveniles in particular. It's getting worse. Homes being shot up with babies inside of it. Police officer was just murdered not too long ago, right? I don't know how many kids I got in my program right now that are being bonded over as juveniles to the adult court. It's sickening. I'm on a pod with 30 youth. The vast majority of them are in for aggravated robbery, aggravated homicide, receiving stolen property. 70% of them. And I think that it more so reflects on the leadership. Like we're seeing in all cities across the country. Everybody's been innovative when it comes to proactive approaches to addressing crime, except for here in the city of Cleveland. And I think that ties into this check-in mentality, right? That we're saying, in order for me to do work in your neighborhood, I need to check in with you. Are you making sex offenders check in that are human sex trafficking kids? Or businesses that are selling tobacco products to juveniles? I'm not checking in with nobody. Thank you.
Next, we have Marley McMichael from Buckeye Woodland. Topic is why, and representing New Era Cleveland and not being paid by anyone.
Breathe, take your time, okay? It's okay. Relax, it's okay, baby. It's okay. Just take a deep breath. Okay. Come on.
Mr. Fahim, just tell her she can relax. She's at home. It's okay. Say whatever you got, sweetheart.
Okay. Can we allow one of the other children to go first and she'll go after?
Yeah, she can go after. We'll bring up Ramir Askew from Cleveland to talk about the voice of youth, representing New Era Cleveland and not being paid by anyone.
Peace and love, family. I want to start off by saying I am somebody, we are somebody, we are more than a statistic. We the youth are not born to be killers, murderers, or thieves. We're taught that for the things we're exposed to on social media, the music we listen to, and the TV shows we watch. See, we the youth have a curious mindset, and what you feed our curiosity, what becomes our reality. Now, a group that I have seen personally done a great job at working with the youth, not only help develop the youth, but also developing the families, because they understand it start at home, is New Era Cleveland. They do this by teaching us who we are as black kings and queens, teach us about Mansa Musa, teach us about who we were before the transatlantic slave trade, the school-to-prison pipeline, how the city make $1 million for homicide, and that's not counting the people that survived the shootings, as well as expose us to field trips from going to Detroit, going to Pittsburgh, going to Dayton, seeing that not only we got ghettos, but every city ghetto look the same. And how can we be a positive instrument inside these ghettos? By giving the families food, giving them resources to be great, to be somebody. Because we are told that we're not nobody. I've seen New Era do this, and they constantly doing this by exposing us to these things, working with the youth, working with the community, engaging with the community. Last year, they found 5 missing kids, fed over 25,000 families, but it's not talked about. But they're labeled as a criminal organization. On a recent field trip on April 26th, we went inside Ward 4, inside a community meeting. But we was going there to seek knowledge on what's going on inside the community, but yet we had smelled hostility about Miss Deborah Gray. Somebody's supposed to be our leader. They're supposed to be showing us love and care, but she told us, the youth, that y'all can leave, because she have something between Mr. Chairman Fahim. What that got to do with us, the youth? You're supposed to be working for us, the youth. Make sure we are okay, but you're kicking us out. How y'all make all decisions for the youth, but you have no youth inside these spaces to speak on what we want and what we deserve? So, I don't know what's her problem with us, but I'd like to extend an invitation to her and anybody else, because we don't want to fight against our sister. We want to fight with our sister. We got way more things to worry about. So we invite her to New Era Cleveland. Anybody else that want to come down, 659 Broadway Avenue, Bedford, Ohio. See us actually get an understanding of who we are as young kings and queens and what we fighting for. And I believe y'all understand we're fighting for the same thing, and that's change. If you want to ask for the statistics of how, if this really works, we are the statistics. We are the proof that this works, that this program works. To want to get up here with courage to speak on, not even reading from this paper, but speaking from our heart about what we experience as a youth, what goes on inside our community, not only inside our community, our homes, and inside our schools. Speak to us, the youth, before you label us as criminals, thieves, thugs. Speak to us, understand us, because you will never know how to love and care for us if you don't understand us. That's my time. Thank you. Have a blessed one.
Thank you. Next, we have Israel Jeffries Goods, voice of the youth, representing New Era Cleveland and not being paid by anyone. Could someone please lower the mic for these young people that are coming to speak? Could someone help lower the mic for the young people before we start the clock? Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please proceed, young man.
Dear City Council,
My name is Dwayne Wynn, and I am the chairman of New Era Cleveland Troops, and I am here to talk about kids and the gun violence. The kids and gun violence in our neighborhood is an ongoing problem. Every day our kids are dying or going to jail and getting locked up behind bars. All of these kids are out here killing other kids and stealing cars instead of doing the right things. And I think I know how we can help with that is invest in academies like New Era Cleveland Cave of Adelament Academy. The Cave of Adelament Academy helped me with my clothing brand, how I act, how I think, and how it takes my time off of outside where I usually do bad things, but taught me how to do good things in and outside of the academy. The Cave taught me about Emmett Till, the Black Panther Party, and Chairman Fred Hampton, and told me how the school to prison pipeline is coming for us Black youth especially. And we are also helping families by giving them food and their kids toys. We have a clothing closet at our academy, 659 Broadway, with shoes and clothes, and the youth can go and get it whenever they need it or if they want it. And we are tired of kids killing other kids that look exactly like themselves. So this is why I think you guys should invest in the organization New Era Cleveland Adelament Academy. Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to Kia from Cleveland. Kaya from Cleveland, voice of the youth, New Era Cleveland, not being paid by anyone and not representing anyone. Is Kaya available? Did I say that right, Kaya? Yep. You have the floor, Kaya. Take your time, sweetheart.
There's a lot of people. How you doing? Okay.
You got it. Just brief.
Okay.
Good thing when you talk to them, okay?
Okay. Hi, my name is Kaya, and I'm from the New Era Cleveland, and I'm here to speak about gun violence. The way I feel about gun violence is important because based off my own experience, I used to think it was cool to own a gun. I thought that made you cool until I watched a very close family friend get shot over nothing. When will you do something about this gun violence? How would you feel if you watched a family member of yours get shot? You'd be hurt, right? You want some justice, right? So, exactly. You have the power to make things right, so why not do so? There are programs for children to stay off the street and stay out of gang violence, more so gun violence. What will you do about this? Will you just sit back and continue to turn on Channel 8 News every morning and see how we lost another life due to gun violence? The New Era of Cleveland has helped me a lot. I used to have a lot of free time until I joined the football team, but I still had lots of free time afterwards because that was only from 4 to 6, and you could do a lot of things after 6 o'clock. So afterwards, I often spend my time doing and being around things a 16-year-old girl shouldn't partake in. I don't have that free time anymore because all my free time is spent working and developing on myself, trying to form my new life because I have plenty of years ahead of me. I don't want to be one of those kids who's died due to gun violence. Make a change because you have the power to use it. When will this problem come to an end? Fix the problem before it becomes too late. Fund the companies that will actually make a difference instead of funding the companies that'll just take your money and influence the kids more in gun violence. Thank you.
Thank you. Did Marley want to take another opportunity? Did Marley want to come back up and take another opportunity? Can we have somebody escort her and support her while she speaks? Take your time, Marley. We're all here for you.
Dear City Council, my name is Marley Marie McMichael. My public speak is about youth violence. I will now begin. First, I will start my issue. Youth violence is a problem with our community. Moms can't even go to sleep without knowing their son is gone. I hate to have this in the community. Now I want everybody to think if you saw or heard your life's son was taken. It's bad, isn't it? That's what moms have to suffer within court. They're seeing who did this only to find out this kid's about 16 or 15. How can a 16 or 15 kid get a hold of a gun like that? Next, I will start my affecting. Less kids are alive. Some kids are even scared to go outside and step outside because of what's happening out there. It's not fair that they can't go outside because every day on the news is always saying shots fired at 5-year-olds. A solution is maybe we can stop the music. Kids listen about rappers killing another rapper. This is really bad. Another way is we have an academy located in Bedford, 659, if anybody has been through some things. And I know this because we have helped many people who have saw loved ones die in gun violence. Thank you.
Thank you, Marley. That ends our public comment section. Madam Clerk, please share communications.
From the Ohio Division of Liquor Control, file number 556-2024, regarding a transfer of ownership application at 4595 Warner Road, Ward 2. File number 557-2024, regarding a new license application at 2144 West 25th Street, Ward 3. File number 558-2024, regarding a new license application at 2057 East 4th Street, Ward 3. File number 559-2024, regarding a transfer of ownership application at 11543-45 Mount Carmel, Ward 6. File number 560-2024, regarding a transfer of location application at 3530 Steelyard Drive, Ward 12. File number 561-2024, regarding a new license application at 3315 Clark Avenue, Ward 14. File number 562-2024, regarding a transfer of ownership application at 13813 Lorraine Avenue, Ward 16. File number 563-2024, regarding an economic development transfer application at 12400 Crossburn Avenue, Ward 16.
Thank you. Are there any condolence resolutions?
Resolutions of condolence by Councilmember Griffin for Matilda Norfleet Hawkins, by Councilmember Jones for Ruth Helen Booth, by Councilmember Jones for Michael Torbert, by Councilmember Jones for Patricia Ann Brantley, by Councilmember Spencer for Antonio Ruggiero, by Councilmember Starr for Burles Gray.
Are there any other condolence resolutions? Councilman Michael Polensek.
Mr. Chairman, Madam Clerk, honorable colleagues, would you please hold out a number for Police Officer Jacob Durbin from the City of Euclid? Thank you.
So noted.
Thank you. And I did call Mayor, did call the mayor and basically give my condolences. So, I do want to, if I can find it, hold on for 1 second. Any other condolence resolutions before I move forward? I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that we did lose our colleague Daryl Torbert's father, and unfortunately I can't find it. Could you tell his name again?
Michael Torbert? Is that it?
No. Luther Smith. Can we hold out a number for Luther Smith? I apologize. I was looking to make sure. I got used to calling him Fairhill. All right. If we could hold out a number for Luther Smith, the father of our colleague, Daryl Torbert. Okay? Any other condolence resolutions? Seeing no other condolence resolutions, will all council members rise for a moment of silence? Thank you. Are there any congratulatory resolutions?
Resolutions of congratulations by Councilmember Hairston for Bishop Joe Walden on his 10-year pastoral anniversary. Resolutions of recognition by Councilmember Moore for Mark A. Stefanski, by Councilmember Griffin for Francis Belk, by Councilmember Griffin for Cleveland School of the Arts All-Star Heroes Summit.
Thank you. We have a couple of presentations. Councilman Conwell, which one of your guests are coming up first?
Nice to get through.
All right, so we're going to bring up the Lady Hornets, the basketball team from the John Hay Lady Hornets. If my colleagues can open up the well, and if they can have a place right beside me to the right, where the Councilman Conwell will be at, so that we can facilitate their certificates. Please come right here where my colleagues are, and you can walk right in here and show them where to come right here. Please join us right here to your right. Councilman, could you show them where to go? They're following you? Okay, I'll be down. I just want to make sure that they get where they need to go. But they'll be right here. Thank you. Please fill in all around them. Thank you.
Tall people up front. Small people here. Tall people.
All right, thank you. Councilman Conwell, you can start us off and then we'll go from there, okay? Thank you.
Where's the coach at? And you have the other scrolls, is that
I
correct?
just gave them to you.
El Presidente?
Here goes some extras, whatever you
Yeah,
want.
we got that. And you guys won the Senate, Lady Hornets, right? Yes, sir. And we are so happy. Matter of fact, this is on behalf not only Cleveland City Council, we also is on behalf of the 372,000 residents in the city of Cleveland, Coach. And we are all very, very happy for you. Look at them. They even look like winners. They look like winners. They look like winners. Look, you expect to win. You expect to win, and we're very, very happy. You saw yourself winning, didn't you? At the finish line. You woke up in the morning, you said, we're going to win the Senate championship. And you saw yourself winning. That's what winners do. They plan ahead, and they're very, very passionate about it. And your coach over here, she's so happy, and she called me up, and she said, you guys are the Senate champions. And, Coach, you're up to bat.
I ain't know how to say anything today. Well, thank you for acknowledging us today. I want to thank our amazing parents. I want to thank our amazing coaching staff. And most importantly, I want to thank these young ladies right here. They continue to strive for excellence. We actually are 80-0 right now in our conference, and we have won the Senate championship the last 6 years in a row. Ladies, thank you for being committed. Thank you for believing. Thank you for fighting. And just thank you for just being you. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
Councilmember Blank, your signature is on here and everything. And the coach will call it out. She is so happy. She is so happy. And yes.
So I think we're going to just call all the names out, but I just want to say on behalf of all the residents of Ward 6, John Hay High School is actually in Ward 6. My sons, I had 3 sons that actually graduated from John Hay, so definitely love the Hornets, so happy for all of y'all. We're going to call, I think she's going to call out each person by name.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, you got it?
Yep.
Here you go, Council. Council.
Jordan Webb. Amar Starling Buchanan. Kayla isn't here. Anaya General. Not here. Sana Hicks. Constance Millette. I say it wrong, I'm sorry. Armani Hauser. Talia's not here. Avery Carr. Myself. And Carly Fisher. And Chloe Cunningham. Where's Chloe? She's right here. Oh, there we go. And that's everybody right now.
Coach, can we get everyone?
Yes.
They won the, let me say this, Mr. Mayor. Can we come up and take a picture with them also? Be the mayor. Here's our mayor coming up. John Hay won the Senate Cleveland Senate Girls Basketball Championship. So let's give it up again for them. They won the Senate Girls Basketball Championship. And so we are so proud of you. Do anyone else want to say anything? Come on, your mother here. You got to say something in front of your mother. You have to say Happy Mother's Day. Mama, we love you. We live through our children and all those things right there. So let's come on up front. I got to put her on the spot. There's Mama right there. Happy Mother's Day. She told me, she said, Happy Mother's Day. And everything she learned about life and character and principles came from her mom. And she was so happy about Happy Mother's Day yesterday. Mother is Mother's Day. Mr. Mayor, you want to say anything?
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
All right, we got a second presentation. Thank you, ladies. Give them another round of applause.
Great job.
Y'all got to help me. Let me know.
Black Lives Matter.
We are so proud of you. Okay.
Who's the second?
Brittany, where you at? Come on up. You know what I want also with Brittany and her group? You know what would be great? Matter of fact, Stephanie House, you guys have the Women Commission. Can you come up, please? And the women of City Council. You know, one thing about the females, when they see the women on City Council, they see success. And it's important for children to see success every single day so that they know what they can become. They can become a council person, state rep, state senator, even the president of the United States. So by seeing the ladies up here, that's a beautiful thing. Rebecca, Santana, unless Santana want to bring Carlos up here. You know, I'm gonna let that go with her. What's going on? How you doing? They have a women commission also. So, can the Stephanie, you want to say something about these sisters? They're from everywhere. You want Brittany to go first? There you go.
We do have two young ladies talking to you. Yep, let them talk. All right. Good evening, Council and BIB administration. Thank you so much for having us here today. My name is Brittany Smith, and I'm the founder of an organization called PEARLS. PEARLS is an acronym that stands for Positively Empowering and Restoring Lady Self-Esteem. Since 2020, we've been working with girls, primarily girls in the inner city of Cleveland, with confidence-building activities, really trying to focus on their self-esteem. We engage or encourage community awareness and leadership development as well. This past month or so, we created an activity called the Pearls Exhibition. And the exhibition is essentially a storytelling project that tells the lived experience of Black girls in the inner city of Cleveland primarily. So today I have two young ladies with me who are going to share just a little insight of their experiences in the Glenville neighborhood, and we are extremely grateful for all of our partners and PEARLS partners that are here today, Greater Cleveland Neighborhood Center Association and P4SS with Glenville High School. The whole idea was to get community tied into the girls that we serve. We know that our girls are beautiful and brilliant, and I will continue to push that and push community to change the narrative of Black girls in the inner Mayor, City of Cleveland. We also like to create safe spaces. That is what Pearls is all about. So spaces where girls feel supported and nurtured, comfortable. We love to connect them with different resources as well. So I won't ramble on too long, but I thank you all so much. A few of our asks, mine in particular, is that council and any community leader in this space today, that you all begin to engage and connect with our young people. Just kind of mirroring what the young people said with New Era Cleveland, they want to see you all. So even outside of voting, voting season and things like that, pop up at the schools, connect with them. They have so much to offer. They are so talented and brilliant, and they want to connect with you all. So I challenge you to step outside of council chambers sometime or City Hall and come and connect with these people, because it takes a village. It truly takes a village. 2, to consider social determinants of health. I'm a social worker by trade. We talk about social determinants of health and how environment impacts young people. As a provider, we cannot expect young people to show up 100% every day when they're scared to leave outside of the house. I'll leave this with you too. On the way to Glenville a couple of weeks ago to talk to the girls about this very night, a young gentleman got shot at the bus stop. We did not talk too much about it. Anything that was going on today. It was more so just letting the young ladies express how they felt. And I'll leave you with a couple of things that were very profound to me. 2, one is a statement where a young lady said that she didn't know she would make it to her graduation. The second is, why won't I just take my own life before somebody else does? This is what our young people are dealing with every day. And so it's going to take all of us as a collective to come together. We all know it's not one solution, but if we all can just step up to the table and provide the support for our young people, we can make a better Cleveland for our young people as well, too. So I'll leave, if you all are comfortable still, my wonderful ladies. And I have to thank the youth in here, too, and the ladies of Pearls as well for their bravery and stepping up and just sharing a little bit of insight with you all today, if you all are still comfortable. All right, thank you.
Want me to go first? Okay. Ooh,
Don't be scared.
I'm a little scared. It's okay. Okay. My name is LaShawna Carter, and I'm a junior at Glenville High School. And I came here to share that I go to school every day.
Take your time.
I wake up and I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe in my neighborhood. And I live on the west side of Cleveland, and people die every day. 2 people just died right behind my house, and I don't feel safe traveling on the bus to go to school on the east side either. I don't feel like schools on the west side are safe no more than the ones on the east side. And I just feel like, as a black young female, I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't feel unsafe. And I'm the person that's scared that I might not make it to my graduation, that I might not make it to walk across the stage, because my friends are getting shot every single day and in the streets, being violent and worrying about making it home to their parents.
Okay, yo, I'm a freshman. I'm Brandy. I'm a freshman. Yeah, I'm a freshman at Glenville High School, and I don't feel safe. Like, it's nowhere to be safe at school. Like I don't even want to go to school no more because everybody just getting shot, and a kid got shot in front of my school. That's not okay. Because that made me feel like I don't want to go to school no more, and this is crazy because I like Glenville, but it's just too much violence for me, and I don't like too much violence.
So I'm just going to step in real quick so they don't feel any more triggered than they already are. This is what we're dealing with as providers that work with young people. This is what they come to school with each and every day, and sometimes the schools aren't even safe. So again, my question is, how do we expect young people to show up at 100% when they don't feel safe in their communities. I've had the pleasure of working with some of you in my community development journey. And so just to combine the two, I'm an advocate for young people. And we just want to, again, create safe spaces for our young people, and we challenge you all to stay connected to them because they really do need the support. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Audrey Stubbs, known to Miss Gigi in the community of Ward 7. I've also worked with Ward 10 and Ward 9. I just want to paint a picture for you. I am one of the providers that work with youth. And in the space that I work in, I myself have been on the grounds when they have been shooting. I've had to grab kids. I've had to run. They have come up. They don't care that I'm standing there. They're shooting with the police on the grounds. They don't care. They really don't. So imagine me, I'm 4'11". Imagine me, and they look at me for safety. They look at me to solve the problem. They look at me for answers. I'm 4'11". Every youth that I deal with just about, it's bigger than me. But I'm supposed to have the answers. And so when I come here and I look at the leaders, I need help. I need help, y'all. Like, this is hard. Just last week, in front of C-Town, in Huff, a young man, 14 years old, pulled a gun on a woman. I'm outside. He's gonna jack her for her car. What are we doing? We have to create programs for our babies. This is our babies. We have to, y'all. Like, let's get serious about this. This is important because you know what? They're coming to your doorstep next, okay? Believe that. Believe that you are next. So unless you stand up and say enough is enough, because I'm there, I don't want to see no more babies dying. I'm tired. I've had a kid that got shot up in his home. They shot his house up. He was 10. He was 10, y'all. Like, what am I supposed to say to a 10-year-old? What? Please help, y'all, please. Do what you need to do. Stand up and show them that you care. We gotta show love. It's important.
Whereas the members of Cleveland City Council are proud and pleased to recognize and congratulate Brittany Alexandria Smith. Brittany has demonstrated unwavering dedication and passion in her mission to provide safe spaces for her girls to authentically connect, build confidence, and challenge stereotypes, thereby positively impacting the lives of over 3,000 girls and women since the establishment of Pearls in the year of 2020. Whereas Brittany's collaboration with the Greater Cleveland Neighborhood Centers Association program and photographer Natasha Herbert has reunited the successful showcasing the participant stories from Glenville High School, fostering community engagement support for these remarkable gifts. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council takes special pride and pleasure in recognizing and congratulating Brittany Alexandria Smith for her exceptional leadership, unwavering commitment, and profound impact in creating a brighter future for the youth of our communities. Thank you.
Block the young ladies.
I don't know. We all like. So you gonna pass.
Congratulations. Yes, and before we go, I'm sorry, we do want to recognize the young ladies for their bravery And so when I call your name, I'll just give you this envelope, which is a scroll or certificate of our appreciation, and specifically me and Ms. D. We appreciate and love you all so much, and we will continue to be here to have that safe space for you all. Okay? Yes, Nikaya, Olivia Alexander. We have a few that aren't with us today. Nikaya Braxton Woods, Miss LaShawna Carter, Miss Nyla Young, Miss Bria Bandy, Miss Samaya Young, and Miss Christy Santana de la Rosa.
We did. All right. Cool beans, cool beans. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. God bless you.
Let's give him another round of applause, everybody. Please open up the chambers. Open up the chambers.
Yeah, I kind of.
Escort them out if they could. Congrats, Britt.
Thank you, ladies and sisters, and women in the commission.
That ends our presentations. Madam Clerk, please share first reading emergency ordinances referred for administrative review, committee review.
Ordinance 542, 2024, by Council Members McCormack, Bishop, and Griffin, by departmental request, to amend the title and the first and second whereas clauses in sections 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Ordinance 532, 2023, and to add to 2 additional whereas clauses and new sections 1A, 3A, and 3B relating to the improvement of the West Side Market, and to authorize, as an alternative, grant agreements with Cleveland Public Market Corporation or an entity affiliated with or controlled by CPMC to provide economic development assistance for the design and construction of the improvement through the grant agreements. Ordinance 543, 2024, by Council Members McCormack, Bishop, and Griffin, by departmental request, authorizing an additional $10 million for the improvements to the West Side Market contemplated under Ordinance 532, 2023. Ordinance 544, 2024, by Council Members Polensek, Bishop, and Griffin, by departmental request, to supplement the Ordinance 54, 2023, to add new section 10, and to renumber existing sections 10, 11, and 12 to new sections 11, 12, and 13, relating to the development and/or purchase agreement with the TurnDev or its designee for the development and sale of real property and buildings located at 2530-2570 Superior Avenue as new police headquarters. Ordinance 545, 2024, by Councilmember Griffin, by departmental request, to amend Section 3 of Ordinance 905, 2022, relating to allocating a portion of the city's coronavirus local fiscal recovery funds for the agreement with Child Care Resource Center of Cuyahoga County, DBA Starting Point, to assist with the Early Childhood Recovery Initiative. Ordinance 546, 2024, by Councilmembers Hairston and Griffin, by departmental request, authorizing the Director of City Planning to apply for and accept a grant from the United States Department of Transportation for the 2023 Safe Streets and Roads for All grant, authorizing the Director of City Planning or appropriate director to enter into contracts to implement the grant, determining the method of making the public improvement of constructing safety improvements through a quick build demonstration project on St. Clair Avenue, and authorizing contracts to make the improvement, to apply for and accept any gifts or grants from any public or private entity, authorizing the Commissioner of Purchases and Supplies to acquire, accept, and record real property and easements that are necessary for the improvement, and authorizing other agreements. Ordinance 547, 2024, by Councilmembers Polensek and Griffin by departmental request, nominating and voting on who should serve on Cuyahoga County's 911 Program Review Committee. Ordinance 548, 2024, by Councilmembers Polensek and Griffin by departmental request, approving the 911 plan for Cuyahoga County dated March 6, 2024. Ordinance 549, 2024, by Councilmembers Casey and Griffin by departmental request, authorizing the Director of Public Utilities to enter into one or more contracts with AT&T Corp. for the professional services necessary to add new hardware, network, and telecommunications services for the various divisions of the Department of Public Utilities for a period of 3 years. Ordinance 550, 2024, by Councilmembers Casey and Griffin by departmental request, determining the method of making the public improvement of renewing, repairing, and replacing various water mains in 2025 and 2026, and authorizing the Director of Public Utilities to enter into one or more public improvement contracts for the making of the improvement. Ordinance 551, 2024, by Councilmembers Casey and Griffin by departmental request, determining the method of making the public improvement of constructing the Brookfield Avenue, West 130th Street, Dearborn Avenue, East 27th Street, East 48th, and East 93rd Street, Park Ridge Avenue, Brookside Drive, West 19th Street, West 63rd Street, and West 89th Street, area sewer replacement or rehabilitation projects, authorizing the Director of Public Utilities to enter into one or more public improvement contracts, authorizing the Director to employ one or more professional consultants necessary to design the improvement, and authorizing the Director to apply for and accept any loans or grants from any public or private entity. Ordinance 553, 2024, by Councilmember Griffin by departmental request, authorizing the Director of Finance and Mayor to terminate the on-site parking garage, Gateway East, base lease as no longer needed for public use, and appropriating certain funds to satisfy the city's capital repair obligations.
Thank you. First reading, emergency ordinances to be passed.
Ordinance 554, 2024, by Councilmember Hairston, to amend the title in Section 1 of Ordinance 346, 2024, relating to an agreement with Cavadas Garden Center. Ordinance 555, 2024, by Councilmember Gray, authorizing the Director of the Department of Aging to enter into agreement with Union Miles Development Corporation for senior grass cutting program through the use of Ward 4 casino revenue funds. Ordinance 564, 2024, by Councilmember Hairston, amending Section 4 of Ordinance 531, 2023, authorizing the Director of Capital Projects and/or Port Control as appropriate to enter into one or more contracts with Cleveland Cuyahoga County Port Authority for the detailed design of the early implementation phase of the Cleveland Harbor Eastern Embayment Resilience Strategy Project, and authorizing the appropriate director to apply for and accept any gifts, grants, or services from any public or private entity.
Read the motion to suspend the rules.
By Councilmember Harsh, that the rules be suspended and the legislation just read be placed on final passage, seconded by Councilmember House Jones.
Call the roll.
Griffin, Bishop, Conwell, Gray, Hairston, Harsh, House Jones, Jones, Casey, Kelly, Moore, McCormack, Polensek, Santana, Slife, Spencer, Starr. 15 yeas.
Call the roll on passage.
Griffin, Bishop, Conwell, Gray, Hairston, Harsh, House Jones, Jones, Casey, Kelly, Moore, McCormack, Polensek, Santana, Slife, Spencer, Starr. 15 yeas.
Thank you. First reading, emergency resolution referred for administrative review and committee review.
Resolution 552, 2024, by Councilmember Polensek, in support of the application submitted by Western Reserve Land Conservancy to the Clean Ohio Green Space Conservation Fund program for the purchase of the Euclid Beach expansion project.
First reading, emergency resolutions referred for administrative review and committee review. Just did that. First reading, emergency resolutions to be adopted.
No, we don't have any.
Don't have any?
Nope.
Second reading, emergency ordinances to be passed.
Ordinance 339, 2024, as amended by Councilmember House Jones, authorizing the Director of Economic Development to enter into a grant agreement with Lutheran Metropolitan Ministry or its designee to provide economic development assistance to partially finance the purchase of equipment, the lease or acquisition of warehouse space, and the construction of pilot houses related to the development and implementation of an affordable housing program for low-income or homeless people using 3D printing technology. Ordinance 343, 2024, as amended by Councilmember House Jones, authorizing the Director of Economic Development to enter into a grant agreement with United Way of Greater Cleveland or its designee to act as the city's agent to partially finance costs for the development, administration, and providing of small business and participant support associated with development of a universal basic employment and opportunity pilot project or pilot program. Ordinance 371, 2024, by Councilmembers McCormack and Griffin by departmental request, authorizing Director of Port Control to exercise the first option to renew a contract with Wausau Equipment Company for services, maintenance, inspections, and parts necessary to maintain Wausau snow removal equipment for the various divisions of the Department of Port Control. Ordinance 372, 2024, by Councilmembers McCormack and Griffin by departmental request, authorizing Director of Port Control to exercise the first option to renew a contract with BP Products North America for the lease of city-owned property commonly known as the North Fuel Farm, located at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport for the purpose of operating an aviation fuel storage and handling facility. Ordinance 399, 2024, by Councilmembers McCormack and Griffin by departmental request to amend Section 1 of Ordinance 255, 2023, relating to the design, installation, implementation, management, and maintenance of a neutral host distributed antenna system at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Ordinance 400, 2024, by Councilmembers Conwell and Griffin by departmental request, authorizing Director of Public Health to apply for and accept a grant from the Ohio Department of Health for the Title X program, authorizing the Director to charge and accept fees, entering into one or more agreements to receive payments from Medicare, Medicaid, Medicaid HMO, and other third-party insurers, and authorizing contracts with various entities, requirement contracts, professional services, and advertising contracts necessary to implement the grant. Ordinance 413, 2024, as amended by Councilmembers Santana and Griffin by departmental request, to supplement the codified ordinances of Cleveland, Ohio by enacting new Section 143.06 relating to applications for and acceptance of grants and other funding and services from any public or private entity to place fellows and interns in various city departments.
Read the motion to suspend the rules.
By Councilmember Harsh, that the rules be suspended and the legislation just read be placed on final passage. Seconded by Councilmember House Jones.
Call the roll.
Griffin, Bishop, Conwell, Gray, Hairston, Harsh, House Jones, Jones, Casey, Kelly, Moore, McCormack, Polensek, Santana, Slife, Spencer, Starr. 16 yeas.
Call the roll on passage.
Griffin, Bishop, Conwell, Gray, Hairston, Harsh, House Jones, Jones, Casey, Kelly, Moore, McCormack, Polensek, Santana, Slife, Spencer, Starr. On Ordinance 343, 2024, 14 yeas, 2 nays. On all others, 16 yeas.
Thank you. We'll go into introductions, and I do see a couple of faces in the crowd. My first person I want to acknowledge is Antoine Cruz, the president of the firefighters, if we can acknowledge it. Please stand up if you could. And then I see Pastor Stokes, one of our newer pastors, if Pastor Stokes could stand up. He only belongs to the best fraternity in the entire United States of America. Are there any other any other introductions? All right, introduction, Councilman Joseph Jones.
Mr. Chairman, you already beat me to the punch on this one, but I just want to add on to Reverend Dr. Stokes. We appreciate your work that you do in our neighborhood, the various different community meetings you have, feeding our people in our neighborhood, organizing. I really appreciate the work that you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Any other introductions? No other introductions. Are there any announcements? Any announcements? Councilman Kevin Conwell.
This Wednesday, the City of Cleveland, Mayor Justin Bibb, the Cleveland Department of Aging presents the 34th Annual Senior Day, Wednesday, May 15th, 2024, at Cleveland Public Hall, 500 Lakeside Avenue. It's from 10 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. entertainment. All seniors and everyone is invited to attend this free, lovely event. So see you there, May 15th, at 10 a.m. until 12:30, the Senior Day. Thank you very, very much.
Councilwoman House Jones.
Yes, so there are several events happening this weekend. We have the Cleveland Asian Festival, so come on down here, the 18th and 19th. Come on through to Ward 7. We'll love to see you. That's going on Saturday and Sunday. Also, a lot of work has been put into this, the Ridall Green Partnership 2024 Armed Forces Day Veteran and Community Resource Fair from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Over at Ridall Green Partnerships. And then there is the Center for Arts and Inspired Learning. They have an upcoming Inspiration Through Music Spring 2024 showcase. This upcoming Saturday, it will be at Trinity Cathedral down there at 22nd and Euclid, and that's from 4 to 6. So from whatever you like, from veterans to just festivals to arts, we have it. Please, I would encourage people, spread the word and actually, just see some of the great things we have going on in our community.
Thank you. Councilwoman Rebecca Moore.
Thank you. I'm proud to say that Ward 12 is hosting the next of our utility assistance resource fairs, which have been really popular around the city in partnership with the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. If you don't know about it, they bring together pretty much every utility and housing provider in the city. We'll have the Division of Water, Cleveland Public Power, CHN Housing Partners, Community Housing Solutions, Cuyahoga Job and Family Services, Enbridge, previously Dominion Energy, First Energy, Cuyahoga Jobs and Family Services, Step Forward, and of course the Sewer District. They will all be on site taking applications for all of their programs at Cleveland Central Catholic on Saturday, May 18th from 9 a.m. to noon. Again, that's at Cleveland Central Catholic, 6550 Baxter Avenue from 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday, May 18th. So see you there.
Thank you. Councilman Michael Polinsky.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Madam Clerk, honorable mayor, members of the administration, my colleagues. Wednesday afternoon, we will have the Federal Monitor before the Safety Committee. All members who have questions and concerns and would like to learn more about the Federal Monitor and their oversight of the Division of Police should please be in attendance for that special meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any miscellaneous? Councilwoman House Jones has asked for some extended time.
Oh, I don't need extended time because the night is late. So first and foremost, introductions. I do want to introduce Mr. Devin Cotton. Stand up, Devin. Hey, we've gotten here. He is in partnership with Greater Cleveland, United Way of Greater Cleveland, for those who are able to support Ordinance 343, 2023, Universal Basic Employment. Just really wanted to give a thank you. We will be embarking on this journey to really try to provide a policy solution to address poverty here in our city, starting off with an investment from this council, but definitely going out throughout this state and across the nation to raise the funds to do a 3-year pilot where we invest in local businesses to ensure that community members are paid family sustaining wages. And through that, hopefully working with our state to see if we can shift our policies to invest before people find themselves in very desperate situations, because we think with the significant dollars that we are just managing poverty and we are not changing the plight of our cities, and we think this could be a solution. So I really wanted to just take some moment to thank each and every one of you all. Also just wanted to thank for Ordinance 339, 2024, 3D printing to see what it would look like if Cleveland can go and possibly get to a place where we buy the technology to begin setting our own path to get from a place where we know affordable housing is a crisis and we need to be more in the driver's seat versus only in the passenger in the back seat of depending on other people to save us. No one is going to come and save Cleveland. We have to save Cleveland and we have to lead the way. So thank you all so much for your leadership and really looking forward to seeing how these things turn out and ways that we can bring more people in to really transform the community as we know. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilman Joseph Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise and to my colleagues and to the mayor of the city of Cleveland. One of the reasons I decided to run for public office 6 years ago was because of how bad the neighborhood had become. And looking at the city of Cleveland just sliding into nothingness. And looking at the neighborhood, the deterioration, and being faced with just some disturbing situations. And I had an opportunity at the time to attend a meeting at John F. Kennedy High School, and then superintendent who was there. And being there, we heard the students talk about what we heard this evening, which was heartbreaking, is their safety. And how they feared for their life going to John F. Kennedy High School and how the shooting was just absolutely insane. One girl described to the superintendent at the time about how a friend of hers was shot and how everybody was running down the street. And the ministers at CEOGC then asked Mr. Gordon at the time, the ask was, how can you make our kids safe? And so when we looked at these young people here today, many of you who are adults who see their faces and see them crying can see the traumatization that is actually happening to our young kids in the city of Cleveland. It's tragic. And they're standing here before all of us this evening and saying, we just want you to do something about it. They're pleading with us. They're looking at us as the leadership in this city that we are. And they're pleading with us. How can we keep them safe? So, Mr. President, I rise to ask that this council and our safety committee, Mr. Polensek, and the administration and the Board of Education get together and really fundamentally relook at how we're keeping our kids safe. No kid in the city of Cleveland should have to go to the Cleveland Public Schools in fearing of their life and hoping that and wanting to go to a different environment, but just because they're in the city of Cleveland and just because they don't have the wherewithal to leave the city of Cleveland, they feel unsafe and they're traumatized to such a degree that they don't even want to go to school. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And so I would just say, Mr. President, as well as the mayor of the city of Cleveland and my colleagues, we should get together, reinvent, relook at this on how we can keep our kids safe in the city of Cleveland. Second, I just want to take this time to, on a more positive note, to congratulate my son. But before I congratulate my son, I want to thank Gwendolyn Norfleet Rogers. She was a woman, like we saw the distinguished lady here that received the award, Brittany Smith, thank you, received this award today. She was engaged with young people. And she was able to get my son at 11 years, 12 years old to work at the library. And she had a program of getting kids and young people involved in doing something positive with their time. My son went on, and I'm thankful and blessed that the creator of the heavens and universe has blessed our family with having a son who's graduated magna cum laude at Ohio State University with a double major in finance accounting, and he's now going on to go and get his master's. But it wouldn't have been possible if we didn't have a neighborhood of support. So I'm asking, as leadership here in this city, we do everything we can to keep our kids safe. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. I know that today it was a lot of youth that was here today. A lot of these programs that people came up here today, council, you do know that we funded it. So I want everybody to recognize that when we're making these investments, everybody who came up here today, we've been funding their programs. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that, okay? All right. That being said, the score is 59-57. Okay, and Madam Clerk, please excuse the absences.
By Councilmember Harsh, that the absence of Councilmember Gray is hereby excused, seconded by Councilmember House Jones.
Thank you. This council is adjourned to the next regular meeting on May 20th, 2024.